Here's a look at the current time, 4:27. Here's a look at this apparently happy Mac, but I've been trying to reinstall this operating system, but apparently the computer seems a little, low. I'm not saying that, of course, but we've had this computer for 10 years, and apparently it slowed down because people kept installing junk on it. I'm formatting the hard drive, reinstalling the operating system, but it's been like this for about an hour, but probably takes 6 hours. But well, this video's what happened to all my radios. Apparently, well, I got an alert on this one, but apparently it was on voice mode. There's the severe SVA scroll. Yeah, my WR120 is still downstairs, of course, and yeah, we had guests in here last night. I'm always willing to volunteer to let them use my room. So that's where that is. And if you look down here, that's where most of my radios are currently, but I have more in the closet. And this here is my WR601N. And what happened to this one said apparently, I don't know what happened to the charger or the adapter, but it works perfectly, but I just couldn't find the charger. My WR100 is down here too, and yeah, it's down there. Yeah, there's my computer that I'm trying to get fixed, but apparently I don't have many opportunities to go all the way to Best Buy because, for one thing, I still have yet to get a car, and yeah, this here is my new adapter, which I tried on it, and here's my original WR100 right here. Alright. Apparently I don't know what happened to the charger, but this thing works perfectly. I'm still trying to save some money to open this guy and install a new antenna, which it's easier to open a WR120 too, of course, and there's that radio. It's doing its thing down there, of course, but obviously it doesn't get power. I tried an adapter with it, but apparently only the batteries were powering it instead of the adapter. And what we have up here is my 12-262. It works perfectly, but it lacks a good signal. And apparently what happened to this is that one of my brothers screwed up with this, and now it came off. It's in okay condition, but it only gets local stations, and it barely gets KZZ 65, but it gets the Peoria station pretty well. And I don't know what to do about this 12996. It was one of my favorite radios, but apparently I don't know what happened to it. I just plugged in an adapter, and then it wasn't used for... I did use this. This was active in 2017 because I used this New Year's Day. And apparently when I put in some batteries or something to it, apparently it never activated. Well, I don't know if all the power equipment is fried or what, but something happened to it. Well, I'm going to see if I can... Well, I have batteries in here. I just bought some new ones, and I'm going to see if I can power this guy up for once. Lo and behold, these are the batteries that were in that radio over there, and it's not working. Look at that. And I wonder if this thing even barely works. Well, I press all the buttons, and I wonder if there's something on here that I must notice. 6 volts DC. Well, that's good stuff. I'm going to have to open this someday, and eventually I'll be able to see what the problem is. But apparently I don't know what happened to that screw thingy that I had up here in this closet not too long ago. There's an old cell phone up there. An old adapter, which apparently I was trying to get for my 12991, of course, but apparently they shipped the wrong adapter. There's an old Belkin wireless modem, or router, I should say. We're taking Amtrak soon, and if you guys can tell this correctly, hold on. This is a Philips Magnavox VCR player, which I used to use. Well, I just bought it for random reasons, but apparently I wasn't a television or something like that geek back in the day. I got this, but apparently I don't know how to use that shirt. My girlfriend got me this teddy bear not so long ago. Well, my former girlfriend, I should say. I can't find the charger for this projector here, which was actually, I don't know if this was the charger I used with this thing, but it was a slightly, 6-volt charger. I tried it with this, but apparently its fan speed was lower with it. And yeah, I once tried it with this. Oh yeah, this one's a smaller cord that probably worked with my... Wait a minute. Could that be my original charger that I used with this WR100? Hold on. Well, I apparently found this charger, and I believe this is my 262's charger over here. And yeah, apparently this thing's all scratched up. Hopefully there's no damage to it. It was a really great radio. I used this a lot in 2015, of course, and I have a classic video on that computer, which I used to have. Well, the reason this photo is here is because this computer goes to sleep randomly during the install. And, yeah, this thing was a great radio. I don't know why it deteriorated so quickly. And here's another thing about some of my other radios. WR300, I donated that to our Rivard of South Walton, where our family's condo is. Oh, look at that! I left my battery case for this radio over here. I wonder if turning these batteries will help. Man, this is a great radio. I don't know why it broke. It just broke out of the blue. It was sitting up in the closet for about 3-4 months, and I tried it again. I just randomly tried it and never turned on. Wait a minute, I think one of the batteries weren't intact. Oh, this battery keeps falling out. Wait a minute, I thought I saw the screen faintly show up on the camera a bit. I could not tell what was happening. Man, I thought I saw the screen. I could have sworn I saw it, but it was extremely faint. Wonder if that does anything. This radio must be toast. I don't know what I can do with it. And let's look through this apparently trash can. Oh, it's just a bin of stuff, you know. I don't know what happened to it. Okay, back to what I was saying earlier. What happened with my WR300 is because I wanted to make sure that I could reach a good radio once we go down to the condo, of course, and, you know, just make sure that everyone has access to a good reference for tides and beaches, of course. What happened to my original WR120? For those of you guys who don't know, I just given that to one of my grandparents, of course, so that's pretty nice of me, of course. And other than that, my working 12-522, one of my favorite radios. Apparently, I couldn't find out what else I could do or give to my white elephant gift exchange, except the only idea I had was to give out a weather radio, which, well, that's what I did with it. And then my broken 12-522, apparently I don't know what happened to it. It was in here somewhere, but I don't know. I was trying to screw it open, but apparently the screws never worked with it, and I guess it was just time to recycle it. I don't know what happened to it other than that, of course. I did not throw it in the recycling, which obviously might be confusing to me, of course. Still trying to get this situation worked out. But in the meantime, once I get a job, of course, I'm working on several applications. Here's a look through my applications folder, of course. Obviously, you're not seeing any of my personal stuff. Obviously, I got plenty of crap in here. Oh, yeah. Plenty of stuff from Religious Ed, of course, which I don't want to get into any detail about. I have plenty of seminar stuff from earlier this year. Oh, yeah, there's my grandpa's obituary. Weaver Ridge Golf Course. And then, yeah, you guys can probably see it. Oh yeah, there's my spotter field guide. Yeah, I don't think you guys can really see it. Yeah, I got that stuff at a seminar. There's an old TV remote, which apparently lost its cover and doesn't work. And yeah, I don't really see much that I can do with this guy, of course. And yeah. So, just reiterating, this thing must be dead. So guys, back to what I was trying to say earlier. Once I work on some applications or get enough money, I will actually get a brand new refurbished radio collection. Which what I'm thinking of doing is either getting this one fixed or replacing it with a new 12-991. Get some more WR100s, of course, because this one has a bad antenna and I don't know where its charger went. This radio is still working fine, but if I can fix it, I'll revamp it and eventually put it back in service, of course. And probably a new WR120, probably a 521, because those things are probably a bit better than the 262s, because 262s have better history of failing, of course, and yeah, of course. And also what I'm thinking is doing is hopefully I can get a 521, which that is the radio that you can actually listen to sky-worn frequencies on, along with AM and FM. Man, I really don't know why Radio Shack decided to ditch these awesome radios. Why didn't they sell the UI to Honeywell and they could start making these models? Seriously, this was a great radio. I don't know why Radio Shack just had to call it quits. And they could have just sent their API to a different company that they could start making these. I hope they do that, of course. And some more radios I might think about. Well, 996. Those of you guys might be thinking I might get that. Apparently, they're lacking availability even on eBay and Amazon, so that's bad stuff, of course. And CL100, they're a great radio and all that. And eventually, after probably a while, probably before the end of the year, I'll have a WR400, of course, which that'll be pretty nice. And yeah, so that'll be exciting. News, of course, for when I have a job, actually. So I'll eventually put that into consideration. But for now, this radio's going back up in the closet, and hopefully there's no new alerts. Okay, good, just the watch. Man, I thought that was the warning light earlier, because there are basically a red and yellow LED in that radio, and when I'm looking from back here, I see just the red LED, and it makes me think it's the warning. But red and yellow makes orange, so that's what makes the orange color in this HH54, which this radio is a nice radio. And yeah, once I get a new collection, I'll give this radio to someone else, maybe, of course. I just want to make sure everyone's getting accurate weather info, and I have a grandpa I'm going to later, of course, and he probably has little or no access to weather info, so I might consider hopefully giving him this, but whatever I do, I am keeping that WR120EZ, which apparently I left in the basement. So that's just, oh, we're already 15 minutes. We'll look at that. So I guess I thought I'd make a little announcement. Of course, many of you guys are thinking, what happened to all my radios? Of course, well, apparently they are not all of them are useful, and only 2 of them are pretty useful, except the best one that is not in service, I would say, is probably the Oregon Scientific Radio, which I don't know what happened to its charger, so looking forward to getting a new collection soon. So thank you guys for watching this little video, of course.